Hi, I'm Courtney Henry, and we're going to talk about the Liebeck versus McDonald's court case that happened between 1992 and 1994. McDonald's is a fast food corporation that operates through franchises around the globe. The company was founded by Raymond Kroc in 1955. Although its headquarters are currently located in Oak Brook, Illinois, the original McDonald's was opened by Maurice and Richard McDonald in 1940 as a barbecue restaurant. They later rebranded their restaurant and focused on burgers, milkshakes, chips, and pie in 1948. In 1955, Ray Kroc opened the first McDonald's franchise in Des Plaines, Illinois. His first day earnings totaled $366.12. He went on to open 99 more franchises in 4 years. Kroc bought the company from McDonald Brothers in 1961 for $2.7 million. McDonald's now has over 38,000 franchises in over 100 countries. In 2020, McDonald's revenue dropped from $21.3 billion to $19.2 billion. However, their corporation completed 2021 with $23.2 billion in revenue. Revenue for 2022 was $23.2 billion. Looking at the Liebeck versus McDonald's case, it's also known as the hot coffee case. This is not just a case that is known in the business world, it's one known through pop culture. It was very popular at the time. It has become the go-to example for frivolous lawsuits and is often credited with sparking the flame of a truly litigious society. In February of 1992, Stella Liebeck was riding with her grandson. They went through a McDonald's drive-thru and she ordered a hot coffee. He pulled to the side to let her add cream and sugar, and in the process of taking her lid off of the cup, she spilled the beverage in her lap. With damage to her thighs, genitals, and buttocks, Miss Liebeck required several surgeries and skin grafts, and this was a result of third-degree burns from the coffee. Miss Liebeck was a 79-year-old retiree, and she requested that McDonald's pay her $11,000 in medical expenses. The corporation refused to pay, and so she went and got an attorney named Reed Morgan. Then he requested that McDonald's pay $90,000 for medical expenses, but also for pain and suffering. McDonald's counteroffer was $800 at the time. So in 1993, due to them refusing to meet any of her requests, they went to court. She sued McDonald's, alleging that the coffee she purchased was defective because of its excessive heat and inadequate warnings. They went to court in New Mexico District Court on August 8, 1994. During the case, several things came to light that proved that McDonald's Corporation could have prevented this issue. Most people going into this case thought, she ordered hot coffee, she got hot coffee, how does she have a leg to stand on? And that is still, to this day, one of the main thoughts for anybody, including myself, who went into this case without having actually learned anything or read anything about it. Some of the things that came to light were that the coffee was too hot. McDonald's served their coffee 30 to 40 degrees hotter than any other businesses at the time, and also hotter than most coffee pots and coffee makers would allow you to do in your home. They had 700 cases over a 10-year period of coffee burns. They had paid out over $500,000 due to these cases of people burning themselves on the coffee. This is just their coffee sales alone in 10 years. They had no warnings on anything, claiming or letting people know that their coffee was extremely hot, not just a little warm. And they also made no changes. They did nothing different. They had these claims, they had these cases, and they still changed nothing. They said that they were providing the best product for the consumer. So this, to a jury, proved, without even hearing Miss Liebeck's side, shows that they had information and they did nothing with it, showing that they are putting profit above consumer safety. Miss Liebeck's side, to defend themselves, also, McDonald's side, to defend themselves, said that they were providing the best product, that if they lower their temperature, that it's going to ruin their brand and their coffee. They also said that she was careless, that she didn't remove her clothes quick enough, and that she was putting her coffee in an unstable position by putting it between her legs. They even brought expert witnesses in saying that, hey, look, coffee is known to be a hot beverage. You get coffee, it's going to be hot, 90% of the time. You're going to have something that's hot. But when in return, Liebeck's attorney called in an expert witness proving that if they just lowered their temperature of their coffee by 10 to 20 degrees, that their third degree, they would be buying their consumers time to respond to the coffee burns. I will say at the end of this case, it shows that, they awarded Miss Liebeck and said, hey, look, she's about 20% liable. McDonald's is about 80% liable for this issue. They awarded Miss Liebeck money, and, she won her case. And to this day, McDonald's has caution and warning, and, we have all kinds of labels on all kinds of things that we probably wouldn't have due to this case. This was a, first time thing that has snowballed through companies and corporations over the past 20 years. I'm going to admit, I believed the McDonald's hot coffee case was an instance of a greedy woman taking advantage of the weakness of the American judicial system. I feel the same way that most Americans feel when they hear about this case, that she ordered hot coffee. She got hot coffee. You spilled it. It's not on the corporation when you're given your product that you wanted. But after reading into this and seeing that, okay, they serve their coffee way hotter than it has to be, and way hotter than your average coffee, and they had cases in the past and they did nothing about it. And then also, Miss Liebeck was old. She was probably had needed to put the coffee between her legs to remove the lid, and her response time in itself is going to be slower because of her age. After hearing all of this, I agree with the findings. I agree with what they decided, and that it went in her favor. Now, she's got a reputation, I'm sure, and her family has a reputation for knowing that they sued in this silly court case. But at the end of the day, I feel like that she won, and she rightfully won her case. I would have sided with her, and had I been on her jury, I would have done the same thing. Thank you.